think you know how much this feels like the right thing to do, man.
It is the right thing to do. And I tell you what, as much as this is painful as this is, you're putting your father at peace. That's the truth.
On November 11th, 2023, police...
On November 11th, 2023, an emergency call was made to Ohio police, reporting an unresponsive man. Initially, it seemed like a medical emergency, but a chilling detail quickly emerged. There's blood everywhere. The caller refused to perform CPR, claiming the victim had been dead for a long time. The panic in their voice prompted authorities to send reinforcements. Upon arrival, officers immediately noticed several suspicious details at the scene. The front door showed no signs of forced entry, but inside was utter chaos. Blood was splattered across the living room. A woman, later identified as the victim's mother, stood frozen in shock. Nearby, the victim's son, RJ, appeared frantic, repeatedly insisting he had no idea what had happened.
Come here! Let me see your hands! Come here! What's going on? Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Both of you on the ground. On the ground!
I don't have a weapon. I don't have anything other than my phone.
All right, Scott. Till we get to figure out what's going on these.
Hands behind your back. Keep them there. Don't move them. Hands behind both of you. Hands behind your back.
You got him? Scott, let's go inside.
Keep your hands right there.
Scott. Where's he at? Hey, RJ. I'm just going to advise you of your rights because I still don't know what happened, but just to be on the safe side, that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney not to answer any questions. You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Okay, so I heard a scuffle in the middle of the night, and I usually smoke cigarettes in the garage.
Okay.
And listen to music at a certain volume.
Okay.
Long story short, I found my dad when my mom comes home this morning to give me cigarettes. I call her several times this morning to see where she is. My dad sleeps for long blocks of time and is quiet.
Okay.
And I had no idea it was quiet, and I was telling her.
So about what time did you hear a scuffle?
I'd say 1 in the morning. We have some new neighbors.
Well, we're going to have to eventually. But just tell me.
We have new neighbors. I've seen crazy shit. He cuts people off in traffic.
Okay. Who moved the body? Because the body's clearly been moved. Was that you?
I didn't move it. My mom. My mom may have went up there.
Your mom is not moving that body.
I'm saying. Oh, you're saying.
Who was here last night in the house? Just you and your dad?
Yeah, and I think someone broke in.
Where was he
at?
He
just got here. He was at work.
Okay.
I think someone broke in and murdered my dad. He's framed. I'm not.
So you just coming from work? Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but there's been history in it.
No, you're fine. Okay. I'm standing there.
All right. 8:30. He's dead. There's going to be no. So the only thing.
RJ claimed he had heard a noise in the middle of the night, but thought nothing of it. By morning, when his mother returned home, they discovered his father's body. However, officers quickly noticed inconsistencies in his story. The body had been moved, yet no one admitted to doing it. A blood trail stretching from the hallway to the living room suggested signs of disturbance.
What you guys are going to do is basically confirm it's gunshot wound to the head. Pretty suspicious, pretty shady. What's going on? So we probably only needed the squad. The engine probably clear, but I'm going to wait for the detectives to go up first
because we can't just disturb the crime scene.
Well, there's already been disturbance. Someone moved the body. There's all kinds of. Right. So that's what I'm saying is, but
you got the kid in custody?
We have everyone that was there in custody.
Hey, how many people is that?
Huh?
How many people is that?
Well, there's 3 people on scene. One was with him last night, allegedly. So.
Is it obvious?
that he's
dead?
Yeah, 100%.
We all know.
Yeah, he's been sitting there for a while. He's cold, rigor setting in.
Oh, all right.
There's nothing. Basically, we'll just need you guys to
Go out there,
confirm it.
Control, get walk up there, eyeball.
So, but just because it's a mess right now, I'm gonna wait for the bureau.
Yep.
So
We're here waiting.
just so we're on the same page.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sucks.
So we're not blocking the road, or you want us to...
It don't matter. We appreciate it.
So you're good with the squad only then?
So two.
Play radio. I'm back.
Not yet. He's clearly dead. The body's clearly the dad. Body's clearly been moved. Whatever happened in the hallway. Body's in the bedroom. It's cold. It's rigor. Mom says she found the body. RJ's in custody right there because they were both standing out in the driveway. So I just drew down on them both, put them in cuffs. Then we went inside.
Everybody in the house.
The mom is probably still in this first floor. There's two guys still in the house upstairs with the body. No idea where the gun is. So
this is obviously.
I mean, yeah, because
All right, contact.
so the son and mom both say RJ was here with him alone. RJ claims. So I briefly Mirandized him. I just said what happened. He says there was a scuffle last night. He thinks someone broke in the house and murdered his father. So
All right.
that's where we're at. I'm waiting for them because all they're going to do is confirm death. So I told the engine they could clear. Whenever you need the squad, just let me know and I'll
If
have them
it's
come up.
clear, I don't think actually.
That's up to you guys. Well, you got to. You need med control to actually say time of death though.
So I think we need to take RJ back. For
No, 100%.
So
Yeah, we're in agreement.
I just got a quick timeline from her.
Okay.
Detectives arrived on the scene, carefully assessing the situation. It became clear that this was not just a break-in. The scene appeared staged, with blood wiped away in a haphazard manner. During questioning, RJ continued to insist that an intruder had entered the home, yet there were no signs of forced entry or struggle from outside.
She went to her daughter Claire's yesterday in the morning. Stayed with her daughter all yesterday, doing holiday stuff. Stayed at her daughter's last night. Came home at 10 o'clock this morning. I said, "Why'd you come home?" Well, RJ called me and said he needed cigarettes.
Yeah.
I said, "Did he say anything happened?" No.
So
I said, "Okay, so how did you find out when you got here?" She's like, "Well, I first came here, went to my back bedroom, and then I went upstairs, and that's what I found."
yeah.
I said, "Okay." And RJ, when you got here, RJ never said anything to you about what happened upstairs.
No, I briefly talked to RJ. I Mirandized him because he's in custody. I briefly Mirandized him. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Somebody broke in the house and murdered my dad." So, he clearly, I don't know where the gun is.
It's upstairs.
Is it?
I think we found one upstairs.
Oh, this that looked like a pellet gun.
Well, I just saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't look at
Yeah,
it.
I saw that one up there. I don't think that's it. It might be.
And I guess
'Cause I didn't
when
touch it either.
She called this son
Yeah, I don't think
after
he's.
she found him.
I don't think he's related.
No, after she found him, that's when she called him, the younger son. So, as far as my understanding goes, whenever anything happened, it was just RJ and his dad.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, that's the same thing I've gotten from.
Who's the other guy?
That's the other brother.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So the same thing is that RJ and his dad were home alone all night.
Probably.
Yeah,
what I-
that's the same thing I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Good job, Billy.
And we need
RJ, we're gonna get up, alright? You can just bring your knee in. I'll roll you up.
Police confirmed that the male inside the residence, identified as
All right. Well,
100% come clean with you.
I appreciate that. Just
Listen to anything I was saying yesterday.
All right, hang on one second. So we got some formalities since we stopped talking yesterday. I have to just make sure that you understand your rights, like we did yesterday. Okay, it's a formality that we have to go through. Okay, so if you would just indulge me for a minute. What time are you at? This is Officer Merigliano. 12:53. All right. So, as we told you before, you have the right to remain silent. And no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me.
This is 100% me.
RJ began to show signs of nervousness as detectives pressed him with questions. When asked about the movement of the body, he hesitated, unable to provide a plausible explanation. Suspicion grew, and officers decided to take RJ into custody for further interrogation.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate it. Now, just so we're clear, we didn't ask you to talk, you asked us to talk. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Real quick, before we begin, I just want to let you know that we did feed the cats and the bunny before we left yesterday, just so you know they're provided for, and we are keeping an eye on them, so they're not, going to have any problems. You have the 2 outdoor and the 2 indoor, from what I understand. So I just want to let you know we did that.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You just want me to start?
Sure. Please do.
First of all, what I did makes me sick inside. I'll never forget. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how. There wasn't much motive other than just being angry. And I struck him. He was sitting down, and I was going to hit him from behind because I didn't want to go too far. I just wanted it to end fast. And I decided in my mind I was going to do it. And I hit him a couple times in the arm, and it broke his arm. It hurt his arm. And I didn't want him to just stagger off and call the police, and it was more of the same. I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And I started swinging the bat, and I knocked him to the ground. And right there where all that blood was, I hit him and knocked him cold. And I just tried to kill him from that point. He was struggling. I took a knife and just tried to slit his throat because I didn't want him to feel any more pain. And I had gone too far. And I don't know how I didn't take my life seeing my dad like that. For no freaking reason, man. And I know that what you said is true. And on the inside, there isn't anything unless you come clean, unless you come forward. And what's in here?
The investigation had only just begun, but everything about the crime scene suggested this case was far from straightforward. The question remained, was this truly a home invasion, or was RJ hiding something far more sinister?
And I struck him several times. I loved my dad the most. I tried the hardest to get along with him. He's a hard guy to get along with. I cared about him the most out of everybody. I just want you to know that.
I believe that.
Guitar. He loved playing guitar. And
I believe that, RJ. I don't doubt that one bit.
that's what happened.
I just have a few.
I didn't do anything weird. I didn't take it too far. I just wanted it to end.
I just have a few questions. If you could help me out understand everything that happened. And I do appreciate this has got to be a terrible experience just for everybody. And I'm honestly, I'm sorry that you're going through it. I wish none of this would have ever happened. But we can't. We can't go back in time. The best we can do is go forward and make the best out of from there on. What you can control. You can't control what has been done. It's done. Let's move past it. Let's make better choices. Let's do the right thing from here moving forward. And that speaks to you and it speaks to your character, and I appreciate that. So one of the questions I have, what started all this?
Some kind of just fixation with it's not even a fixation. I decide a split second I'm gonna kill my dad. And I'm gonna grab this baseball bat and I'm just gonna do it. And I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't have much motive or plan. And I wasn't even that angry. It's just, I don't know, like I was possessed.
So there wasn't any argument preceding this or anything like that?
Hardly anything at all compared to other times.
When this all started, when the physical altercation started, did it all start up in the hallway, or did it start somewhere else and then lead up into the hallway?
He was literally sitting down and I started to strike him.
Sitting down where, though?
At his desk. If you go up in his room, there's a desk.
Okay.
He just sat there a lot of the time. And I went up to him behind and I started hitting him. And he said, "I love you, man." And it was his arm was all smashed up. It was too much. So I said, "You know what, just finish it, get it over with. I'm not going to let him suffer like that and get called, call the police and more of the same."
When pressed about the weapon, RJ admits to washing the bat and throwing it in the garage. But the knife, he isn't sure. He thinks he left it near the body, but everything was a blur. The detectives note his hesitation. A forensic team searches for it.
I understand. Baseball bat, was that what was used?
Yeah, I use a steel baseball bat.
Where's that baseball bat now?
It's in the garage. I could point it to you guys, or you just lift through all that stuff. It says Easton on the okay, here. There's the side of the garage that's full.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna draw a quick map, that way I understand what you're explaining and I don't misunderstand you.
Okay.
Here's the doorway entering the house,
Okay.
right? Here's the doorway leading, I think, outside, is that correct?
Okay.
Here's the left door, here's the right door, driveway, front door of the house, right?
Okay.
So, left door or right door? Right door.
Right about right here.
Right, so Easton. Easton?
Yeah. Steel colored.
Okay, what color's on the bat? Any idea?
Yellow, I think it's blue. I think it's a dark blue bat.
Okay. And this bat is, what kind of grip on it?
Like a regular baseball grip.
Like one that came from the factory?
Yeah.
Okay, because I noticed a lot of the bats had different grips on them, like some had tape and stuff like that.
That's stuff you would mess play around with.
Okay, but this one had the original grip on it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so once the bat, once everything was done, what did you do with the bat? How did you clean it?
I washed it in the sink and I threw it over on the other side of the garage, like I said.
Okay. What did you wash it in the sink with?
Water.
Okay. Just water?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a tub of, I think it was bleach, or some type of chemical that was in like a bowl.
That was probably just for cleaning. The faucet's broken. All this stuff is broken.
Did you use that water?
No.
How did you get the water?
It ran the faucet.
Oh, and there was enough in there?
Yeah.
I was under the impression it was like you didn't have the water
You
running.
go and turn it on in the basement and turn it back off. That's what.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so you can kind of control how much
water
is being used. I didn't know that. Okay. I just assumed like maybe the water was turned off or something.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that bowl of cleaning solution used for?
Probably cleaning dishes, cleaning countertops, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Nothing to do with what.
Was this planned? The detective asks. RJ hesitates. His eyes dart away. His silence speaks louder than words. There's something he's holding back. The tension in the room grows thick, pressing down on him.
Okay. There was also a bottle of vinegar on the coffee table in the living room, and a spray bottle of, I think it was, I might be wrong, I thought it was Comet or something like that.
I didn't clean anything, man.
Okay.
I didn't clean a thing, sir.
Okay. Well, I saw it out there, and so you think, well, maybe this was used or something. Okay. So if I could, let's see, if I could rewind. So here is his bedroom. Here's the hall, that bathroom, say that's the hall where, where a lot of the blood splatter was. The desk, I believe, was in here somewhere on the right side of the bed. Is that correct?
He was sitting right here.
Oh, this desk.
He was sitting right here.
Okay.
Struck him from behind.
So where's the chair? If this is coming into the room, the desk is to the left. Where is the chair? Here?
Behind it, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you came in and from behind?
I came in, started talking to him. There was a bat in the closet.
Okay.
I picked up the bat. I kind of staggered, and then bam, hit him.
Okay. Is this the accurate depiction of the room where the bat was?
Yes.
In that corner?
Yeah.
Okay, then you walked towards him and then you struck
He
him.
stumbled out here. I kept striking him, like I said, with the arm.
Okay.
He got down to here. He almost got to me. I hit him a couple more times in the arms, and then I knocked him out in the chin when he was knocked him cold on the chin.
Okay.
And I tried to finish it clean.
Okay. When he was sitting in the chair, do you recall which side you struck? Are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So,
It's probably coming that way.
okay, so the strikes probably came to his right side since he was facing the opposite direction. So something here, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then he goes out into the hallway. The strike continue, then it ends here. Is that correct?
I knock him out cold,
Right.
and I've never killed anybody in my life. So I had no idea how hard it was to actually kill him.
He is asked again, when did it start? RJ says there was no plan, no premeditation. He simply decided in an instant. But something about his tone unsettles the detectives. The pieces don't fit together so neatly.
Okay.
And like I said, I grabbed a knife from his desk, or from somewhere. I think it was from his desk. Stabbed him in the throat.
Okay.
And trying to end his life.
Okay, and that was done out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where all that blood was.
Where is the knife now, and what kind of knife was it?
I have no idea. It was just a regular knife.
So the knife was on his desk originally?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it about this long, almost looked like a hunting knife?
I think
Or
it was a
was it
smaller blade.
Smaller blade? Would you say it was a kitchen knife or a hunting knife?
Hunting knife.
Hunting knife?
Yeah.
Anything that you remember about the hunting knife as far as style? Did it have like a big
Wooden hand piece.
wooden handle?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. And let's see, wooden handle. What about like the hilt, the part that where the handle ends? Was it big or was it small? Was it very pronounced? You know, like if I have the handle, there's this piece that goes like across.
A little bit like this.
Okay.
A little bit like that.
Okay. And then you said the blade is about this long? So 6 inches, maybe a little bit longer?
Probably, yeah.
6 to 7 inch blade? Okay. All right. And then how did you clean that knife when you were done?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I don't even know where it is. I don't know what I did with it.
Okay. Would you recall if you took it out of the house, or
I
do you
didn't
think
take-
it'd still be?
I didn't take it out of the house.
Okay. 6 to 7 inch blade. Okay. And you don't recall cleaning it?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tell me about your clothes. So
I had a pair of sweatpants on,
Okay. What color were they?
gray. I threw them in my room. I rinsed them off with blood downstairs.
Okay.
And I threw them in my room and I changed my pants.
Your room. When you say your room, are you talking about Ann's room, or are you talking about
The room next to it to the left that is unfinished.
past the chair?
Past the chair right there.
I understand. Okay, so if let's see,
I don't think you know how much this feels like the right thing to do, man.
it is the right thing to do. And I tell you what,
I should have
as
just
much,
myself.
as much as this is as painful as this is, you're putting your father at peace. I appreciate the fact that you have that.
Realizing his father was still breathing, RJ panicked. He grabbed the knife from the desk. His hands were shaking, but he made his decision. This wasn't rage, it was fear of what came next. But what was he really afraid of?
You're a person enough to understand what that means. Like that's important part of being, human. It's the humanity. You know what I'm saying? That's good. So, get me all, choked up here. So, okay. This is Ann's room. Then you go down, there was that chair here. There's that other room right here on the first floor. I mean, maybe this isn't to scale. Maybe there's a bathroom in between. Is that correct? Okay. All right, thank you. So those are where the sweatpants are. Okay. What about shirt? Were you wearing that green sweatshirt?
Green.
It was the one that you were wearing yesterday.
No.
Okay. What else were you wearing?
I was wearing a gray,
Was it the sleeveless one?
Sleeveless, yeah.
Okay. All right. Would that be the one you wore to True North?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. What time did this happen? Roughly.
I wish I could tell you exactly the time.
Related to the True North trip, because we were able to see you at True North.
I drove the car?
Yeah. That was the blue car you drove, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the keys, so I murdered him after... I can't...
It was after the trip to True North, is that fair?
Yeah, this is just...
No, it's okay. It's just, I'm just trying to figure out before or after. We thought it was after. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it was after.
All right. It's occurred after the True North, so after midnight.
Yeah, it was. It was late.
Okay. After midnight.
RJ begins to recount moving the body. He admits that he didn't want his mother to see his father in such a horrific state. In a desperate attempt to make him look more at peace, he dragged the body into the room, arranging it in a way that resembled a sacred pose, as if he were resting in peace.
Make sure. All right. So you were wearing the same shoes, those brown Echoes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Tell me about moving the body. What happened there?
I didn't want my mom to see him slumped like that. So I dragged him into his room.
Okay.
And I made him look, because he believed in Christ so much, man. I made him like a sign of a cross, and I put something over his face.
Were those the jeans?
Those were my mom's jeans that were just sitting there.
Was that what you put over his face?
That's what I put over his face, because I couldn't stand it.
Was there tape involved with that?
None of it. It looked like that. I was just putting tape so it would stay.
So the jeans would stay.
Yeah.
Okay, but then
eventually
he
wasn't bound or anything like that.
Okay, so would it be fair to say that the jeans stayed on him because of the tape, and then they may have been taken off when your mom and Ben arrived?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so and then jeans were covering the face. All right, that I was wondering about that because it kind of looked that way, but I didn't know for sure what.
When questioned about his clothing, RJ admitted that he had washed his gray sweatpants but left his shirt untouched. When the detective pressed him on why, he hesitated before confessing. The shirt was soaked in blood, so he turned it inside out and discarded it on the floor.
You know, what was happening. Okay, so you wore your gray, your sweatpants, your gray sweatpants. You rinsed those are in your room. Your gray sleeveless shirt, where is that?
Just I kind of mixed it with all my laundry on the floor there. Same room.
In the same room?
Yeah.
Okay, was it washed?
No.
Okay. So the gray sweatpants were rinsed.
Yeah.
But the shirt was not.
No.
Okay. It just didn't have anything on it. Is that why you didn't?
It had blood splatters on it, and I realized that,
Okay.
that, and I kind of turned it inside out, threw it on the ground.
Let's see. Were you wearing anything else? Hat, gloves, anything like that? Okay. Okay. All right. Who did you tell about this?
Didn't tell anyone.
Okay. Tell me about. I'm trying to fill in some.
I lied
blanks.
to my mom. I lied to my brother.
Okay.
I would love to speak with them today.
And I'm sure you'll have the opportunity, Robert. Let me ask you this. So I understand the time frame of how these calls me, because we're trying to put that together just to make sense of everything.
All right.
The last night, your dad had the conversation with Ben, and that was maybe around 10:30.
Okay.
Right? Then after that, I think your dad may have called. I'm going to get some more Kleenex in just a minute. Your dad may have called somebody later on around midnight. Do you have any idea what that's about?
This is probably my grandma or my mom just touching base with them.
Okay. So no, not because of any interaction with you.
Most likely not.
RJ recalls the timeline before and after the crime. He remembers his father making a call around midnight, possibly to his mother or grandmother. However, he isn't sure about the details. The vagueness in his response raises suspicions. Was he hiding something?
Okay. And when was the last time you talked to your mom or siblings prior to the event?
I don't know. Earlier that day, maybe talking to my mom about bringing over cigarettes or something.
Okay. When was the first time you spoke with any of them afterwards?
I told you that morning I called her, tried to get her over for cigarettes.
Okay.
And she said, "Where's your father?" and went upstairs and saw the stuff on the wall and said, "Oh my goodness, I don't know." And I lied to her and said it wasn't me.
Right.
She didn't believe it at all.
Okay.
Kind of shook me by my shoulder and went down.
Well, your mom loves you very much, and it's a tough, it's a terrible thing for anybody to go
She
to.
can say, "Just put a bowl in my head, sir." I'll back. I'm like those old days.
The detective asks if anyone helped clean up the crime scene. RJ remains silent for a few seconds before shaking his head. But his expression says otherwise. The detectives know that his lies are beginning to unravel. Would an ordinary person in shock really be able to clean and rearrange a crime scene so methodically?
Let me just check something. Did anybody help you clean up? Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna grab. You want a glass of water? All right. Let me grab some water. Ben, we're gonna grab another box of Kleenex. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna grab some water. You want to hang in there for a minute? All right, I'll be right back. Let's see. Is there anything that I didn't ask you about the events that you think that we're overlooking or that I don't have a full understanding of?
I'll just take the blame as man. 100% it's me. I'm not looking for any cop out or anything. If I could hug my dad right now, I would.
I know you would.
He's a tough guy. He didn't want to go. So if it looks like it was extreme, I just wanted him to die. I didn't want him to suffer. And that's why I looked so bad and bloody. I didn't know what I was doing.
I understand that. I understand that 100%.
So that would be my only cop-out comment about it is I didn't know what I was doing and it looks gruesome, but I just wanted him to go fast.
Okay.
And it would be over with. And it wasn't over money, it wasn't over small amounts of anything like weed, or he used to give you weed. It wasn't over anything like that. There's some sick snap in my brain. Said I'm gonna kill my dad.
The detective asks if he wants to write a letter to his family. RJ hesitates, eyes downcast. Though he doesn't respond immediately, he realizes that this might be his only chance to say something to his mother, the only person who might still have some shred of love for him.
Do you have any interest, and it's just an offer, do you have any interest in writing a letter to your mom or your family or anything like that? Would that make you feel like sometimes getting it out?
To my mom.
And we'll have the jail connect you, give you the ability to do that. But sometimes when you're sitting, and this is what I'm told, okay, when you're sitting alone, your mind starts going, and sometimes you get it out on paper. You get it out to write a letter to them, or tell them what your feelings are, or tell them, sometimes people call it an apology letter, sometimes whatever it is. Okay, I can give you paper, and then they can give you a pen over there or whatever, whatever implement they have. And then if you want one, I'll just give you some to take with you when we do, part ways. But that would be, your option, but you have it in case you want it. Make sense? All right. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you think I should have? All right. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me, and I know how tough that is. But, there's only one way to move forward, you know what I'm saying? And I know that you feel terrible about what happened.
I wish he was here to pick me up.
I know. I know. It ain't about that, man. Are you kidding me? This is bigger than that. This is bigger than that. It ain't about that. This is so much bigger than that. I don't give a f- anybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? Until they've walked in these shoes, they got no opinion. You know what I mean? This is some heavy shit. This is a heavy burden. Okay? So don't ever let anybody make you feel that way. This is something that I wouldn't wish on anybody to go through.
I don't know what kind of bullshit I was telling you yesterday. Please forgive me. I should have came clean right away.
I get it.
I was scared too.
I get it. Let me ask you this. Is there something that I could have done differently to
It's not on you, it's on me.
Okay. Well, feedback is always welcome, if I f***ed up,
You didn't at all, man.
Let me ask you a question. Did you hurt your knuckles by punching a wall afterwards or something like that? Was that...
I'm an idiot, and I learned how to box, and my hands are as hard as rock, man. They're just always like this.
Well, how come they look swollen?
Right. I never punched my dad. I wouldn't.
No, I'm not saying you did, no. but they were definitely swollen yesterday. Do you remember what happened?
I got angry, started punching stuff probably before.
Okay. I actually thought about that afterwards, because when you did it with the table, I thought to myself, I bet you he's f***ing telling me the truth. He probably punched the wall out of anger.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But it was our conversation was done at that point, you know. But I was like, wow, that's the truth, you know. Because when you're talking, sometimes you get little bits of truth mixed in with misleading or whatever.
What
you
I
know
told you today is 100% the truth.
Right.
Without a doubt.
I appreciate that.
That's a good question, Jim.
Sure, go ahead. What?
You've gotten into arguments and disagreements and fights with the dad before. Like, what made this time different?
The detective continues to probe into the details of the crime. RJ admits that the first blow stunned his father, but he still tried to resist. RJ kept attacking until the victim was completely motionless. Blood splattered everywhere, but he didn't stop.
Some sick thing in my mind clicked and made me want to kill him. And I don't understand. I wish he was here.
And when you first struck him, was he facing you, or was he looking the other way? Did he see it coming?
Kind of went like this.
Okay. When you first struck him, he reacted. What was he saying? Because
I love you.
How many times was he struck before you said he kind of lost consciousness?
At least 2 or 3 times I was hitting him in his arms. He had his arms up. And he's so tough, just taking him in his arms.
What was he saying?
He's down on me, right? He says, I love you. And I go, where? Right here on the butt. And he goes, and then I just killed him. Hit him a couple more times and took a knife.
So before he lost consciousness, the only thing he was saying to you the whole time as you were striking was that I love you, I love you.
He told me a couple of times, I love you.
Yeah. How did he look? What kind of face was he making? Was he kind of surprised that you were hitting him, or was he angry, or
surprised?
Was he really surprised?
He was freaked and surprised, freaked out. I don't know how you guys are looking at me now, man.
I'm just trying to understand what happened and what was kind of what you were thinking about.
I love my dad the most.
And you know, you're in here and you're emotional, and it's definitely conveyed to me that you love your dad because.
Yeah, I don't doubt that one there.
He wasn't the normal dad. He's kind of a pothead musician, dude. But he had a heart like a lion, man. And he taught me so much about life. I don't know. I don't want just to cry anymore.
No, I get it. We're not here to beat you down anymore. We get it. 100%. All right. If there's nothing else would you like to talk about anything else, or I don't want to keep you in here. Obviously you're emotional.
RJ breaks down in tears. He admits that his father wasn't a bad man, just someone who lived his own life, passionate about music and cars. But RJ had taken all of that away, and now he had to face the consequences of his own actions.
You know what I mean?
I just want to shake your hand and say thank you for giving me the opportunity to come clean.
Well, thank you for
it's your Thanksgiving and everything. This means a lot to me that you did that, because what you said is 100% true. There's no passing. The truth comes out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Then we'll walk you back. You want any more water? You want to grab another one of those or anything?
Blow my nose.
Yeah. Take your time.
Just turn around, put your hands together like you're afraid again.
The detective nods, signaling the end of the interrogation. Every answer RJ has given is enough to seal his fate. He lowers his head, accepting his inevitable future. The case is no longer a mystery. The truth has been exposed.